If you're ready to harness the power of your communications data, blast off with Nylas today.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Coding with Nylas, the live stream where we talk about programming, APIs, and more. And here is my Cosmo teacher. Actually, Vector. I'm sorry. Cosmo is the little robot that came before. This is Vector. This is a new one. It's pretty cool. So today is a really nice episode. But before we start, let me remind you that Nylas is going to be present at We Are Developers World Congress 2023. So my colleague Ram and my co-host also, it's going to be there in the city of Berlin. It's going to be in the City Cube from July 26th to July 28th. So that's next week. And we have a nice discount ticket for you. Just use WWC23-Friends10, and you're going to get a discount if you're going to We Are Developers World Congress. And use the hashtag WeAreDevs and obviously the hashtag Nylas. So today we're going to talk about how to send an email using NiceGUI. And you will go like, and why this is so nice, is why it's so important. So I have NiceGUI before. I use it to create a way to manage contacts. I don't know if you remember. I also have done that with Pinecone. So this time what I wanted to do is wanted to create the same application, which is pretty much a form to send an email, but using NiceGUI, using Pinecone, which is right now called Reflex, and also using Solara. So we're going to be able to compare these three full stack Python packages and see how they are similar with each other and things like that. So it's going to be pretty nice. Before we jump and into what we're going to do, let me remind you to please like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Click on the little bell to get notified. Follow us. The more subscribers we get, the more we can do more episodes, and the more our bosses are going to be happy. So let me share my screen real quick. Just a second. It should be here. Okay, perfect. Let me share my entire screen. And we're going to go and look for so we're going to activate this as well, and we're going to go to the screen and we're going to run this. Hopefully I don't need to change anything. If I need, you can give me just a second, but it should run in a second. Perfect. Nothing to do here. That's fine. So let's hope. As you can see, when we run NiceGUI, it's going to automatically open it in our web browser, so we don't need to go and type anything. It's just going to open it. So this is going to be, let me make this bigger, a little bit smaller probably. So here we just have the title. So email sender, we have a slot for the recipient, and this is nice because this one is connected to our contacts. So I can click here, and I have my CRM contacts. So also the nice thing is that here I can put a name, I can put an email, a subject, and write the body of the email, but I can also grab it from my contacts. So I can grab myself, and you can see that instantly it's going to grab my name and my email, so I don't need to type it out. If it was someone else, I just would need to put the name and manually type the email. In this case, I just can grab it from my contacts. So here we're going to say, for example, we're sending an email from the live stream. For the body, we're on a Coding with Nylas live stream, always capital B, and we're sending an email using NiceGUI. So you're gonna see that when I send an email, we're gonna get a notification on the bottom, which is gonna say that either the email was sent or we failed to send the email. So this is nice. This is something that I really like about NiceGUI, that you can get a notification popping up. So I'm gonna press send email. We're gonna wait a little bit. And obviously no notification came out. That's weird. Something probably I might need to check the code. We should have a little notification. So let me see. So here is the email, the one that I just sent. We're sending email from the live stream. We're encoding with Nylas live stream, blah, blah, blah. And it was sent 0 minutes ago. So you can see that it was done live. Now, why it didn't show the notification, we're going to see, because we're going to check the code right now. And let's make it bigger just in case. A little bit bigger, probably. Okay, so we need to import our dependencies as always. We need .emp to put all our critical information. We need OS, we need Nylas, obviously. So we are going to connect to the contacts API and also the email API. We're going to import UI from NiceGUI so we can use it. We're going to load our environment variables. We're going to initialize our Nylas client, passing the ID, the secret, and the token. And here, we're going to create an information, a dictionary, excuse me, to hold all the email information. So here we're going to call it contact info, and we're going to have a recipient, name, email, subject, and body. So when we fill that out in the form, we're going to be able to have that in the dictionary and just pass it to the Nylas email endpoint. Here we're going to have a list and also a dictionary because we want to hold all the contacts. So let's go first to the UI and then we can move back. So here we want to have everything on the center, so that you can see everything is centered here. And we want to set the application title, list of contacts, name, email, and body. So the nice thing about NiceGUI is that it uses Tailwind by default. So you can say UI label email sender, and then here specify that the Tailwind is going to be this size, it's going to be this color, and everything. So you don't need to import any external library, which is really nice. Here we're going to have the recipient, and this one is going to be a select or like a combo box. And here we can say that it's going to be fed by a contact list, and on the change it's going to be a lambda, which is going to call the update field value. So every time we select something here, it's going to call a function that is going to populate the name and the email automatically. So we have also the input for the name, the email, the subject, and the body, and of course, our button. When we press that button, we're going to be able to send the email. And you're going to see that for everything that changes, so for example, the email or the subject, whenever I type something, it's going to call this update field as well. So that's going to grab whatever value we have on the form, and it's going to update the dictionary that we created. So once we have that, we can move back. And let's first check the update field, which is going to get a field and a value. So if we have recipient, which means if we're actually selecting something from the combo box or the select, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the contact info, we're going to pass the field, which is recipient, and we're going to pass the value, which is going to be, for example, Bret Hart, let's say. But it's also going to grab the name, and it's going to put Bret Hart, it's going to grab the email, and from our list of emails, it's going to grab the email, which is going to be Bret at hitormiss.ca. So it's going to be the same for the other ones. For any other field, we're just going to grab the name of the field and the value. Then, when we launch the application, we're going to go and we're going to call the contacts endpoint. We're going to say that it's coming from our address book. We want to limit it to 5, and we want to use this group, which I basically create a new group of contracts called CRM, and that's where I'm grabbing my contacts. So once I have that, I'm going to look through all my contacts, and I'm going to grab the first name and the last name, and I'm going to concatenate them. But also, I'm gonna use that for my dictionary. So I'm gonna use the first and last name as the key and the email as the value. So when I grab Terry Hogan, for example, it's gonna go into the dictionary and it's gonna say, hey, this is the email for Terry Hogan. So once we have that, the only thing left is when we send the email, and that is right here. So when we click send email, we're gonna first create a draft. We're gonna send the subject, body, and name and email of the recipient. So here on the body, we're gonna go into our dictionary. We're gonna grab the value of the subject. We're gonna grab the value on the body, and we're gonna pass the name and the email. We're gonna try to send it email. So it's gonna send it. And here, this UI notify should let us know that, hey, yes, it was successful, or no, there was an error. And finally, we're gonna clean up everything. So the source code looks good. We should have get a notification. So we're going to try again. I'm going to send it to myself again. Uh, we want to get notified. Where's my notification? And hopefully this time should work. I don't know why. I mean, it's in the source code, so it should work. Otherwise, probably I need just to update the library. Who knows? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, that's weird. Didn't work for some reason. But we know that we have the email. Hey, where's my notification? I don't know. If someone knows what's going on, please let me know, because I'm really should be working. It was working perfectly. So these kind of things that happen when you're live. Uh, but anyway, you're gonna see it's working. It's just I don't know why. Probably something related to my browser. Also, I'm using Arc, by the way, the best browser ever. So if you want an invite or something, just drop me a line. I haven't. Well, you see, here's my Twitter handle. Just write me at Black, and I'm going to be able to send you an invite for ARC, which is amazing. Don't forget that we have live streams every Wednesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And also, don't forget to check our developer.nylas.com, where that's where all our documentation resides. Our team is doing a great work, great effort to deliver to you the best documentation ever. And remember that you just can go on any piece of documentation and you can leave us a comment. So for what's coming next week, just give me a second. And I'm gonna see what we have for next week is actually how to send an email using Reflex, which was previously called Pinecone. So what we have done here, exactly the same. We're gonna do it, but with Reflex. And the next episode is gonna be exactly the same, but using Solara. So we're gonna explore 3 full stack Python frameworks, which is something really nice, I think. I really enjoyed playing with them. So I hope you like them. And obviously the blog posts are coming soon. I have a big list of things that I need to post, so that may take a little bit, but you're gonna see. And by the way, just to mention that I'm trying to learn Mojo programming language. I'm not very lucky. I mean, it's supposed to be a superset of Python. It's so. There are things that are weird, but you're gonna see. I'm gonna try to prepare something nice, and you're gonna be able to have a glance at how Mojo works or how it looks like. Next and final thing, remember to follow us on social. We're Nylas on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, streams, TikTok, and whatever. So drop us a line. Let us know if you like the show. Subscribe. And please go into each episode and like it. The more likes we get, same with subscriptions, it means that you like the show. Leave a comment if you can. Otherwise, just give us a thumbs up. And I hope you have a great weekend and see you next week. Bye, everyone. Take care.